Prior to our event, we were just gung-ho and thought this is going to be the year. We thought we were just going to blow it out of the water. And unfortunately, when the weather forecast is below freezing for 3 nights, and I think it was with the wind chill was down to 16 on Friday, it comes to show Texans don't like to get out in the weather when it's below freezing. Attendance was down by, I don't have the correct numbers yet, but we were down by more than half. To give an example, we had about 7,800 people on Saturday night, which sounds great, but last year we had anywhere from 21,000 to 25,000 people, and that killed us. And we have about 1,000 volunteers that will participate during the event. It's a lot of Texas state organizations and some individuals, but mostly it's organizations that come together and that need the points or whatever system they're working off of. Without the city employees like the Parks and Rec department, those guys are there weeks on before we even open, helping up putting even decorations to our wooden fence, to setting up Santa, where we do Santa photos. Probably work closer to Tomas and Tommy. Tomas is one of our marketing guys. He does our website and Facebook, and Tommy also does a lot of our marketing as well. Next would be Rodney Cobb, which is the past president, and he's the director of the Parks and Rec department. Ken Claiborne is our token chief, is what we call it, and he's in charge of going through all the token machines, and if they're down, they contact him. 4 years ago, we had our first time we had carolers come by, and they just wanted to walk the park and do Christmas carols. We decided to put I wouldn't call it a stage, but a little platform right there by the front, and only play them when you first walk in. So they're so people can know who's playing. Originally, when they were singing through this wireless mic, they're playing over the carnival, and they're playing over in across the river, and no one knew who they were. So at least they would get a little more exposure at the front entrance. And every year I've requested them to come back. We're the only entity or anything that has the carnival in San Marcos, because there's not a place for the carnival to set up. And we're kind of grandfathered in. It was granted that we were able to double the carnival size, because the lines were 2 hours to ride the lines. It was like, we've got to improve. We got to get that bigger, because people do not want to stand in line for 2 hours. This year wasn't a problem. You got to ride as much as you want. The things that I've pushed since I became president was there'd be a small admission. Some people would probably hate it that I did it. Some people promote that it was a great idea. Since we've charged, our attendance has been the best it's ever been. And we've been able to add new things like a free petting zoo that we pay for, arts and craft tent that we pay for, a laser show that we pay for, that everyone that walks in gets to see. Petting zoo was my idea this year. I was the one pushing for the petting zoo. That was a new thing we brought in for 2013. A lot of people have never seen a kangaroo before, or even touch a goat. Families of all ages loved it. Sponsorship package, we do a lot of the things like our stage area, where potentially we'd have 50, 60,000 people watching what goes on stage, and that's where we put our $2,000 sponsors and up. Each night, if they were a $2,000 sponsor, they were allowed to come up to our event 2 nights out of the 4 nights. The 5,000 and up sponsors were allowed to come every night. Without our sponsors, it would be very hard for this event to continue and prosper. This is my 4th year as presidency. Now I kind of bleed sights and sounds, and I want to do anything I can in my own power to make the event better. My favorite part is shooting to bring up new ideas where families can come to attend the event and see and put a wow on the kids' faces, whether it's a date or a family night, and see tons of Christmas lights and eat some good festival food.